Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about some entertainment news as well as some news, right? So first we're gonna start off with the entertainment news, child. So Jada Pinkett-Smith did an exclusive interview yesterday with Hoda Kotb, on the Today Show, where she revealed something very interesting. So Jada said that her and Will Smith, her husband, had been separated since 2016, right? So we know that what we have learned that Jada is coming out with a new book. The book is called Worthy. She is spelling all her, family tea. And in that tea, like I said, she said her and Will had been separated as well as living separately since 2016. Now we all that know that for years there have been rumors about Will and Jada. Jada is supposed to be a little hoochie mama child. She's been rumored to have had plenty of affairs. August Alsina, we remember that most recent entanglement, but the real entanglement evidently was between her and Will. Right, so basically, Jada and Will been playing in our faces, honey, acting like they are this happily married couple, or so kind of unhappily married but still married couple. I remember on the Weird Table Talk after this August Alsina incident came up, Jada or Will said that they both live in the same house, and if need be, she would be on one end of the house and he would be on the other end of the house. Honey, come and find out they ain't housing at all, right? They have been living separately since 2016. There have been plenty of rumors concerning Will Smith as well. But Jada, in my opinion, is always the one that's getting the raw end of the stick. She's always getting the blame for whatever goes on. But I remember a while back when Will Smith was rumored to have had an affair, especially when he was filming that movie Gemini Man Child. There was another a French woman on the set with him, right? And so they was probably trying to blame Jada for that too. But honey, that rumor went by the wayside. I couldn't even find the article concerning that rumor because they had a photograph of the woman that was supposed to be his side chick, right? So anyway, Jada, also on the Red Table Talking in an interview, said that she never wanted to marry Will Smith in the first place, right? So, back in 1997, she's talking about how the marriage came about. You see this information right here when she said, she revealed in recent years she never intended to marry anyone, but in September 1997, Smith proposed to her as she accepted before finding out the very next day that she was pregnant with her first child. Now, see, in the first place, I don't think she found out a day after that she was proposed to and she accepted that she was pregnant. I think that Will proposed to her because she found out that she was pregnant with her first child, Jaden, right? So she says 3 months pregnant and feeling pressure of being her mother's only child, which don't make no sense, right? Because in the Red Table Talk, she kind of alluded to her mom making pressuring her to marry Will Smith, right? She made her way down the aisle despite her own wishes, right? So despite her own wishes means I didn't ever want to marry him in the first place, but my mama made me, and plus I was pregnant with the first child, right? So that's really what she's saying, right? And she also states that her third trimester was horrible or whatever, and she said she went down the freaking aisle getting married. She said she was crying going down the aisle, and I remember that Table Talk episode where she said she was crying going down the aisle, child. I don't think it was pregnancy hormones. I don't think it had anything to do with her third trimester. I think she went down the aisle crying, child, because she didn't want to get married to Will Smith in the first place, right? Now we know Will Smith had also had a previous marriage with a lady named Sherry or Cherie or something like that, right? And because Will has also spoke of his childhood domestic violence. We witnessed domestic violence between his mom and his dad. So he didn't have a really good childhood in his opinion, and for that reason, even though he's been divorced one time when he got married to Jada, they were going to stay together forever, right? And so Jada also states that, which I don't believe, that she wasn't ready to let the public know that they had been separated since 2016. Because in our eyes, the reason why I say they both have been playing in our faces, and the real entanglement is the fact that they led the public to believe that they have been together for over 20 years, right? So I remember back when it was the Red Table Talk, he was looking upset, she was looking upset, and in my opinion, honey, we know that they are great actors, right? And so I guess they were putting on a performance, honey. Like I said, they was playing in our face. That's the only way I can put it, right? And so, but because they are such great actors, child, people felt sorry for Will. They felt like Jada was, cheating on Will, even though there have been rumor after rumor, year after year about Will Smith, everything from bisexuality to gay rumors to they're supposed to be swingers and all of this and all of that. And Jada is the one that gets blamed for all of this, and I don't understand why. Now, people are out. It is also rumored that if Will does divorce Jada, that he will lose half his fortune to Jada under the laws of California. I don't think that they are worried about that. I don't know. I mean, that's probably true, maybe not. I don't know if they had a prenup. I don't know what was going on with that. But child, anyway, I don't think that's the issue. I don't know why they have chosen to pretty much lie to the public and act like they're still together after all these years when they actually aren't. Maybe they went down the rabbit hole of lies, and they didn't want to tarnish their images in public. They didn't want to harm their careers or whatever happened. But clearly, Will has been stressed out for a very long time. Now, see, fast forward to the night of the Oscars. Was it last year, a couple of years ago, whatever? When Will Smith got up in front of the world and smacked the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth, right? Now let me tell you something about this. I find this very interesting. I got a whole theory behind this, right? I don't know if Will was stressed out because see, at first when Chris Rock made the joke, right? And Chris Rock, by the way, has been, speaking very derogatorily, dragging Jada Pinkett-Smith for years, right? Now, so at first, Will was laughing when he was making a joke about Jada. Then all of a sudden, his face changed, and he got up and walked on the thing and slapped the taste out of his mouth. Went back and sat down. Told Chris Rock to keep Jada's name out his effing mouth and all of this and all of that, right? So Chris Rock, and the world stood behind Chris Rock. He had been done so wrong, all this and all that. He slapped the taste out of his mouth in public. Chris Rock still didn't found no charges, all this and all that, right? Well, come to find out that Chris Rock has been salty with Jada for years because Jada turned him down. Chris Rock tried to get with Jada and had been trying to get with Jada for years, even before her and Will was married, before Will and Jada was married, and she always used to turn him down. I mean, like, Chris, why you salty? She just wasn't your type. So I'm assuming his ego won't allow him to accept rejection or something. But he been dragging Jada for years, honey. But come to find out, the reason why he had been dragging Jada for years, is because she simply did not want to date him, right? She was just not with it. I mean, like, look at him, all right? Would you? Right? Between him and Will and Tupac and all those other people that she's been, I was out seeing them. Child, you just ain't the type, Chris. You just ain't the type, honey. Look at you like you look goofy, you look corny, and you ugly. And you ugly. I don't blame Jay. Anyway, this is real petty, but I don't blame Jada. So after this incident happened, people were blaming Jada, of course. So Jada, she let everybody know that look, I didn't have nothing to do with this. I didn't have no parts in this. Will chose to get up and do whatever he did. Now, to me, my theory is when he went up there and did all that, why would you do that? When Jada back in 2016 or 2017, also she started up that Oscar So White campaign. So why on the night that the first black man it has been chosen to produce the Oscars. Why on that night in particular will Will Smith get up to slap the taste out of another black man's mouth while the first black man to ever produce an Oscar show is producing the show. Like that seemed very suspect to me. Like, was that a humiliation ritual? Like, I mean, now we know he's been involved with him and Jada have been involved with the Church of Scientology for years. Like, did they flip a switch and all of that happened? Child, I don't know. I was confused. I was like, "Ooh, child, what's really going on?" But anyway, Jada said, "Oops, I ain't had nothing to do with that. That's on Will, right?" So like I said, her book is coming out today, right? And she spills a lot more tea concerning August Alsina and her relationship. I remember August Alsina saying Will Smith pretty much gave his blessing for them to be in a relationship. But like I said, fast forward to the red table talk. Will was acting like he was so upset, and then he said something like, I'm gonna get you back, right? All of that stuff was an act. All of it was an act. Like I said, they have been playing in our faces for years. They have not. They have technically been married for over 20 years, but in all actuality, they have been separated since 2016. So I just want to let you guys know about that. I find it very interesting. People have always been forever fascinated with Will and Jada. Maybe it's because they were considered a black power couple, until Beyonce and Jay-Z came along anyway. But anyway, they wanted to keep up the pretense, and I mean, it just is what it is at this point. We're gonna have to find out what other tea Jada spills in the book, right? Because I got a sneaky feeling. Now I'm gonna have to get this book because I got a sneaky feeling that she gonna spill a whole lot of tea on a whole lot of things because Jada is tired of being blamed for things that happen in their relationship. Nobody ever blames Will. They always blame Jada. And Jada was like, not today. Not today, boo. Not today. So anyway, we're gonna have to wait to find out what's going on. So also, in actual news, other than entertainment news, we want to talk about um Carlee Russell. Back in July, I believe July 11th of this year, there was a woman that called 911 and said she found a baby on the side of the road, and she was trying to help that child. Well, by the time the police got on the scene, the only thing that they found was her cell phone, her wig, her and her car. There was no baby in sight, and there was also no Carlee Russell in sight, right? So after that, there was a social media outcry as well as a actual media outcry. People in her Alabama town were searching for her. Her family was searching for her, and she was supposed to have been abducted, right? Well, come to find out, 2 days later, Carlee Russell turns up, at a family member's home, right? So police in Alabama were really suspect about the situation. Like I said, they went and questioned her about what was going on. While they had her cell phone, they looked up her search or what she had been searching for on Google on her cell phone, and they found out she had been searching for things like the movie Taken, the movie Gone Girl, and some other stuff, right? And then they also found out that she had stolen, like, I guess you would call it provincials or whatever. She had stolen toilet paper from her job, stuff like Ritz crackers, just a whole bunch of nonsense, right? So they got to questioning Miss Carlee. Well, come to find out, she went and confessed that it was all a hoax, right? So people have always suspected where she was. Some people felt like she was allegedly laid up in a Red Roof Inn for 2 days with a man, and she didn't want people to know about it. Some people were alleging that she was mentally ill. Some people saying that she wanted to chase clout, she wanted attention from the internet. So she basically lied about the hoax and then commenced to confessing to it, right? So the update, y'all, is yesterday. Oh, sorry about that. The update is yesterday. She went to court, and when she went to court, she was found guilty of faking her kidnapping. She got charged with two misdemeanor charges. And the judge wants her to serve a year in jail, and she's got to pay 18 plus $1,000 in restitution fees, right? because she had the all of these emergency services searching for her. All of this, the Amber Alert. Oh, and she also did a Google search about Amber Alerts. There was an Amber Alert issued, from what I understand, and that also costs money. She's got to pay restitution for that, and so we're gonna have to see if she's actually gonna have to do a year in jail, but she's absolutely gonna have to pay those restitution fees. And so, but she's never said out of her own mouth why she chose to do this. And so all we can do is suspect why she wanted to. And I suspect that she is kind of, I think she just lost it for a while, child. I don't know. Because she confessed too quick for me, child. But why say it's a baby on the side of the road? Did you realize you was in embarrassing the Alabama Police Department? Not to mention the fact that you embarrassed the people that were on the hot. Nobody saw the baby but her, right? And so, okay, she went missing. She confessed to a hoax, but I think that the authorities are really more upset with her for lying and saying that there was a baby on the side of the road, and nobody called in seeing this baby but her. Right? They couldn't find the child. They really weren't worried about her. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They was worried about this alleged missing child, and so for that reason, I think that's why she is really in trouble. Now there have been another fake abduction case before. That lady was also charged, with that. When you cry wolf too much, after a while, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to these cases anymore. I don't know what's going on, and it was also another female that did it. So you can't cry wolf forever, because eventually nobody's going to start believing or paying attention to these types of cases, because they don't know if these women are lying, trying to chase clout, trying to get attention, mentally ill. They don't know what's going on for real, right? So they're not going. Eventually, the internet, is going to stop fooling with these kind of cases, and the authorities are getting very, very frustrated when because people are doing this sort of thing. And I think that eventually this will no longer be a misdemeanor type of situation. People are going to start getting real jail time, because you are, using, resources. And it takes money to do these Amber Alerts and these police searches and things of that nature. And that's a real issue when it comes to taxpayers, when it comes to police could have been investigating the actual crime. Not to mention, you said that you found a child on the side of the road. They couldn't find the child, which is very scary, very scary. So, Carly girl, you deserve what you get, and in my opinion, she deserved more than a year in jail, because you scared a whole lot of people, and you wasted a whole lot of people resources online and offline. And girl, you ain't even say why you did it for real, right? Do you even know why you did it for real? That's the question that I have for her. But anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Thanks for watching the videos. I hope you guys like this update. Like the video, share the video, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to talk to you guys later. Okay, bye bye. Peace.